Need an answer to the puzzling question, why are people leaving West Virginia? Delve into the challenges, from economic woes to healthcare disparities, that are driving residents away from the Mountain State. Economic growth. West Virginia's economy is in a constant struggle, consistently ranking among the poorest states in the nation. As of the last count, it was 48th among all 50 states in terms of economic prosperity. This economic downfall can be attributed to the state's heavy reliance on coal production, which has been declining in recent years due to factors like low energy prices and environmental concerns. Additionally, the COVID-19 pandemic dealt a significant blow to the state's economy, leading to job losses and increased instability. Despite some efforts to diversify and modernize its industries, West Virginia still faces a substantial gap in employment opportunities. The state lacks high-paying professional jobs, which contributes to its persistently low median household income. This economic hardship is a major factor driving people away from West Virginia. Healthcare and preventable deaths. The poor state of living in West Virginia is reflected in its healthcare system and health outcomes. While the state ranks 5th for accessibility to health services, it has one of the worst health outcomes in the country. West Virginia stands out for having the highest rate of preventable deaths in the United States. Shockingly, approximately 126 out of every 100,000 residents' deaths could have been prevented with adequate health care. West Virginia also ranks last in terms of depression, premature deaths, and drug-related fatalities. The state's healthcare system is struggling to cope with these issues, resulting in significant negative consequences for the residents' well-being. Housing costs and shortages. One of the primary factors contributing to West Virginia's population decline and its inability to attract new residents is the persistent issue of affordable housing. This challenge has intensified in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, with housing insecurity now tightly gripping the state's residents. Even before the pandemic, about 12% of West Virginians struggled to keep up with rent or mortgage payments. By 2020, this figure had risen to nearly 20%, exacerbating the housing crisis. Rising rent prices nationally have hit West Virginia particularly hard, with increases ranging from 2 to 10% in several counties. According to U.S. Census data, 13% of the state's renters cannot afford their rent payments, while 4% of homeowners are behind on their mortgage payments, and an additional 4% are uncertain about when they will regain financial stability. The housing crisis not only jeopardizes the state's current residents, but also discourages potential newcomers, perpetuating the population decline. High poverty rate. West Virginia earned the unenviable distinction of being the second poorest state in the nation in 2022, with a poverty rate hovering around 17.5%. This staggering poverty rate has far-reaching consequences impacting various aspects of the state's social and economic landscape. The deep-seated poverty issues in West Virginia have a direct bearing on its educational achievements. The state ranks lowest in terms of higher education attainment, with just 23.1% of residents holding at least a bachelor's degree. This low level of education attainment not only hinders economic progress, but also contributes to the state's overall low life expectancy, which stands at 74.5 years. Many experts argue that the pervasive poverty in West Virginia prevents families from providing basic comforts to their loved ones, resulting in myriad challenges across multiple dimensions of life. Challenging weather conditions. West Virginia offers its residents pleasant, hot and humid summers and relatively mild winters. However, the state also grapples with a unique weather issue: a significant amount of precipitation for approximately 145 days each year. This persistent precipitation includes rain, snow, sleet, or hail, with West Virginia receiving about 45 inches of rainfall annually, surpassing the national average of 38 inches. This weather phenomenon contributes to West Virginia's susceptibility to floods, a recurring problem that is expected to worsen. Between 2007 and March 2022, the state experienced no fewer than 1,683 floods, with an average of 31 floods in each county over the past 15 years. These floods cause extensive property damage and, tragically, loss of life, with flash floods posing the most significant risk. They account for over half of the state's floods, 65% of fatalities, and 65% of total damages. Experts believe that increasing rainfall patterns will exacerbate this issue, necessitating urgent action to mitigate its impact. Poor government services. In light of West Virginia's economic challenges and dwindling population, one would expect proactive government action to alleviate the state's burdens. However, the state's government seems to mirror its economic struggles, leaving residents with limited access to essential government services. As the population of West Virginia grapples with financial constraints resulting from high poverty rates, the state's government appears incapable of providing adequate support. With a low sales tax base due to widespread poverty, the government struggles to fund essential services effectively. The consequences of this underperformance are evident in various sectors, including education, infrastructure, and healthcare. Inadequate funding has led to poorly maintained roads, an under-resourced educational system, and a struggling healthcare infrastructure, leaving residents with subpar living conditions. Negative reputation. While West Virginia faces numerous challenges, one of its most significant obstacles in attracting newcomers is its enduring negative reputation. Over the years, the state has acquired an image that does not bode well for public relations. This reputation issue affects the state's ability to retain its existing residents and attract new ones. The struggle to find reasons to remain in West Virginia is not limited to longtime residents. Even young West Virginians have expressed their concerns, creating social media movements such as #TheStruggle2Stay. This mindset, rather than just a hashtag or movement, has become ingrained, potentially affecting the state's prospects for the foreseeable future. Crime concerns. The economic challenges facing West Virginia have contributed to a rising crime rate, encompassing both property and violent crimes. While the state's overall crime rate may not be the highest in the nation, the increasing violent crime rate has sparked concern among the population. West Virginia is ranked 24th in terms of violent crime rates, with 355 violent crimes per 100,000 residents. While this statistic may not appear dire, it is a cause for concern, especially as violent crime rates have been on the rise. This perception of rising crime, coupled with the prevalence of drug addiction and abuse, particularly involving substances like heroin and opioids, further compounds the state's crime-related challenges. The consequences of this situation extend to the state's overall mortality rate, contributing significantly to its high mortality rate. Population crisis. West Virginia faces a significant population crisis, with a population of approximately 1,781,860 residents spread across just 24 square miles of land. The limited space is not the issue. Rather, it's the rapid population decline the state has experienced in recent years. Between 2010 and 2020, West Virginia's population decreased by 3.2%, resulting in a loss of around 59,000 residents. Moreover, the state's demographic shift is characterized not only by declining numbers, but also by a general death rate that exceeds the birth rate. This population decline led West Virginia to lose a congressional seat following the 2020 census, indicating a bleak outlook for the state's prospects in retaining or attracting residents. Limited diversity. Diversity plays a vital role in attracting newcomers to a region, offering the opportunity for varied experiences and perspectives. Unfortunately, West Virginia is among the least diverse states in the nation, with over 90% of its population being white. The lack of diversity extends beyond ethnicity, encompassing religious diversity as well. While pockets of diversity can be found in certain areas, such as Charleston and Huntington, the state's overall demographics are overwhelmingly homogeneous. The resulting lack of variety in cultural backgrounds and experiences may deter individuals from diverse ethnicities from considering West Virginia as a viable destination. This limited diversity could potentially hinder the state's ability to attract new residents who seek a broader range of cultural experiences. That's all for this video.